Hi everyone. Today we'll be talking about how to foster positive parent interactions with families. Fostering positive and sustainable relationships between families and the school community is pertinent to ensuring that our students are excelling. Strong channels of communication enables parents and teachers to prioritize student equilibrium. Together we can unite and monitor levels of student happiness and progress development. In fact, research has demonstrated that effective schools have a high level of parental and community involvement. This involvement and engagement is strongly correlated with improved student learning, attendance, grades, and behaviour. This afternoon, we aim to present a framework that supports positive communication without judgment and works to eradicate communication barriers between schools and families. The framework developed is underpinned by the ecological model of learning and elaborates on guidelines created by the Australian Education Department. There are four broadly recognised parenting styles. First, we have the authoritarian parent. These parents combine low levels of warmth with high levels of control and employ a strict discipline style, categorised by minimal negotiation with the child, high expectations, limited flexibility, and frequent use of punishment. Children of authoritarian parents are at higher risk of developing self-esteem problems because the opinions aren't often valued or appreciated by the parents. Research has also found that children's early experiences with excessive parental control tends to correlate with development of anxiety. Secondly, we have the authoritative parents, which display both high levels of warmth and high levels of control. Parents in this category are reasonable and nurturing, set high expectations, and explain disciplinary rules clearly, and engage with frequent communication with their children. Children raised with authoritative parents' disciplines tend to be happy and successful. They're also more likely to be good at making decisions and evaluating safety risks on their own. The permissive parents exhibit high levels of warmth and low levels of control. They act more like friends rather than parents, employing a lax discipline style with few rules, little to no expectations, and minimal guidance or direction. Parents with this style have a tendency to be very loving and nurturing, but also allow their children to solve problems without parental involvement. Children of permissive parents have been linked to bossy, dependent, and impulsive behaviours in children, with low levels of self-esteem and achievement. Lastly, we have the uninvolved parents. They combine low levels of warmth and low levels of control and do not utilise any particular discipline style. They often display little interest in being a parent. Communication is limited, nurturance is low, and the child generally has an excessive amount of freedom. Children of uninvolved parents are likely to struggle with self-esteem issues. They tend to perform poorly in school. They also exhibit frequent problem behaviours, and rank low in happiness. It is evident from the literature that all parenting styles have obvious impacts on behavioural development of children. While teachers cannot control or alter parenting styles, we can tailor our communicative strategies to suit the varying needs of parents and students through fostering a positive relationship with parents. The theory underpinning today's presentation is Yuri Bonfim-Brenner's bioecological model of learning. This model refers to multiple layers known as ecological layers which influence a child's development. The model proposes that a child's development is a product of both their genetic makeup and what they've experienced in their immediate environments. These environments include the school, family, peers, and religious beliefs. The school and home environment are both vital components of the microsystem. The microsystem is the most proximal system to the child's development, which means these environments have the greatest influence on the child's overall development. This makes it vital for schools and parents to work in a partnership to enhance the learning and developmental abilities of a child. As we know, Australia is a highly multicultural and diverse country, which embraces people of all ethnicities. In a small but significant study examining the role of ethnicity and parental views towards education found that Chinese and Indian parents possessed higher levels of educational capital and were better equipped with resources to provide their children with activities which reinforced school practices. These parents were compared with parents of Pacifica, Afghani and Lebanese backgrounds. This study, along with other overwhelming research, highlights the importance that teachers and schools need to work closely towards closing any disparities caused by socioeconomic status, cultural beliefs, and life experiences on parental practices. Teachers must acknowledge that a generic approach cannot be used to help foster positive communications in diverse and multicultural groups. Teachers must work actively and personally to develop tailored and culturally appropriate communication strategies to help build a positive partnership between parents and schools. Positive school and parent interactions benefit both parents and children. The manner in which teachers communicate and engage with parents affects the extent and quality of parents' home involvement with their child's learning. Decades of academic research have identified the benefits of continued parent engagement throughout schooling for student learning outcomes. Parental engagement evidently shows to improve students' self-esteem, school attendance, and behaviour at school. Parents often communicate with schools and teachers to seek updates about their child's behaviour or academic learning at school. The majority of communication with parents often happens in face-to-face interviews or volunteering events. However, it is evident from the research that every parent has unique attitudes towards learning and education. These could be due to different parenting styles, socioeconomic status, or even cultural beliefs. This means parental concerns and queries are communicated to teachers in varied ways. As teachers, it is our responsibility to provide feedback to parents which is engaging and dignified. Teachers need to develop a communication strategy and guideline, preferably at the start of the year, to help them address any parent concerns or questions to help foster a positive interaction with the family throughout the year. The current framework is derived from the Family School Partnership Framework created by the Australian Government. The framework highlights some vital key principles to help foster positive communications between parents and teachers. Some of the guidelines include teachers using active, personal, and frequent communications, which is culturally appropriate. Teachers need to adopt a two-way exchange approach towards communication. This involves not only an exchange of information, but also an opportunity for teachers and schools to communicate with families and to learn about each other. Teachers should be flexible to a multidimensional approach towards communication. This can be formal or informal, happen in different places such as schools or other community sites. In different methods, which can be over the phone, you can write emails, face-to-face, or even via Skype. Teachers need to take into account ethical and cultural diversity of parents and not assume that all families communicate in one single way. Our framework is also derived from the Parent and Community Engagement Framework created by the Queensland Government. This framework highlights some vital key principles to help foster positive communications between schools and parents. The framework suggests teachers need to ensure communication is positive, accurate, meaningful, and respectful to nurture a shared belief in high expectations for every student. Teachers need to utilize language that is clear and accessible to parents and the wider community. Teachers need to explain any confusing educational terms. This can be done through educating parents in the language of learning through discussion sessions, newsletters, emails, and even social media posts on school pages. Teachers need to ensure parents understand that they have a genuine desire to build a relationship to gauge understanding of the family and students' backgrounds. This can be done by creating an environment that provides opportunities for students and parents to share their stories and perspectives. Teachers should always encourage parents to share knowledge, aspirations, and concerns related with their child. The current framework encompasses a 4-step strategy to help teachers communicate with parents in a positive and helpful manner. The current framework derives key communication principles from both of the previous frameworks I just spoke about. Step 1 of the framework is to validate the parents. Validating the parents means the parent is felt like they're being heard and understood when they're raising any queries about their child's performance. Step 2 is to expand on the voiced concerns of the parents. This means highlighting and elaborating on the child's strengths and encouraging opportunities for further growth and improvement. Step 3 is to facilitate a detailed action plan to address the concerns or queries voiced by the parents and assisting the parents to access any support systems provided by the school. The last step is to demonstrate. Teachers need to demonstrate that they have put effort into solving the parents' concerns and are committed towards maximising the well-being of student outcomes. Let's now see this framework in action and see how we can communicate positively with angry parents. Jasmine is an 8-year-old student in Year 4. She attends a public school in regional Victoria. Recently, her math grades have been consistently dropping without any visible indications as to why. Her parents have called the teacher very angry and frustrated with her latest test scores, despite their efforts to hire a tutor in hopes to help her excel academically at school. First, you would validate the parents' emotions. Sympathise with the parents and validate their emotions, as you can understand they have invested time and money into efforts to help Jasmine with her maths. The teacher should adopt a calm manner when paraphrasing the parents' comments to ensure that the teacher has fully understood the root reason of the parents' concerns and anger. Step 2 is to expand. The teacher should aim to highlight some strengths and positive attributes of Jasmine that she frequently exhibits in the classroom rather than dwelling on Jasmine's weaknesses. The teacher should encourage the parents to work in a collaboration with the teacher to help Jasmine work towards increasing her math grades. Step 3 is to facilitate. The teacher should come up with a sustainable and effective action plan to help Jasmine with her math difficulties. The action plan should work towards actively addressing the parents' concerns and helping Jasmine with specific areas of maths she struggles with most. Lastly, the teacher should demonstrate. The teacher should actively demonstrate their efforts and commitment in helping and solving the concerns of the parents. This can be done with follow-up calls and emails or arranging a follow-up meeting with the parents to see if the action plan facilitated is actually working. Four-step positive communication framework strengthens the parent and teacher relationship by providing detailed steps and information on how to use a communication strategy in action. This framework will be effective in fostering a partnership between parents and teachers. In summation of this presentation, I would like to highlight the importance of fostering a positive relationship between teachers and parents to ultimately help parent engagement at home. As literature suggests, parent involvement has been shown to improve students' self-esteem, school attendance, and behaviour at school. I believe this 4-step positive community strategy is a key in helping fostering a positive relationship between parents and teachers.